Of TikTok, take heed. It's not looking good for the popular but embattled social media site. Today, the Supreme Court heard from attorneys arguing both for and against the pending U.S. ban on the Chinese-owned TikTok. Lawyers for the platform framed it as a case of free speech, but federal attorneys say the site poses a risk to national security because TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, could be pressured by the Chinese government to control content and even hand over user data. Either way, the app will go dark on January 19th unless the Supreme Court intervenes.
Could the justices essentially pause the effective date of this law, wait for the change in administrations and some kind of potential political compromise, as Donald Trump asked the justices to do in a filing he made last week? So I think that is one potential middle ground that we could see coming out of this case.
And our nation is not alone in all this. More than a dozen other countries, including Canada, India, and Australia, are considering a similar ban on TikTok.
So is all the fear over TikTok and the threat of Chinese spying warranted? We wanted to hear from someone other than the politicians tonight. KRDO 13's Paige Reynolds is live at the National Cybersecurity Center in Colorado Springs, where she spoke to an expert on this topic. Paige.
Heather, that expert tells me the way Chinese officials are taking information from TikTok is no different than any other American-owned social media platform. He says the bigger issue lies with who's profiting off of you.
Your personal information is being harvested in real time. Right now, while you're watching this news feed, your phone is listening and sharing that information with Facebook, with TikTok, with all of it.
National cybersecurity expert Rodney Gillette Jr. says the debate to ban social media platform TikTok stems from one issue.
Because it's Chinese owned. There's a argument for the freedom of speech and also national security and ownership of that platform and the algorithms that are being employed by TikTok to harvest your data, collect information on you. It absolutely is doing that.
For the 170 million consumers using the app, Gillette says changing TikTok will not bring better protections.
It won't be in Chinese hands anymore, but it won't be any safer because they'll still be using that information against you. You are what's for sale, and you're not making billions of dollars with the information you are freely giving to these systems to track you, to monitor you, and to profile you.
Gillette adds that with any social media app, the sharing of your information begins with the click of a button that most people don't bother to read.
In those terms and conditions, a lot of times they're telling you what they're going to do. They're harvesting you every second of every day.
Now, the decision to shut down TikTok sits in the hands of the Supreme Court justices, unless the app's Chinese-based parent company agrees to sell to an American buyer.
Money is what's on the line. So just the fact that China is involved in this whole business plan is the reason that it's up in the Supreme Court right now.
Now, it typically takes the Supreme Court about 3 months to issue a decision on an argument, but with the January 19th deadline rapidly approaching, justices will likely issue a ruling on TikTok as soon as next week. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, Paige Reynolds, KRDO 13.
Paige, thanks.